What is going on, guys? It is your role model of the IWC Gamers Goon here today with your NXT Takeover 30 preview and predictions. Now, it's crazy that it's already been 30 takeovers. Just a few years ago, we were sitting there and we barely had any takeovers. What was it, like 2014, 2013-ish? It's crazy to think that 30 takeovers have came since then. That's crazy. Now, takeovers this Saturday. It's going to be a good show in terms of wrestling matches. It's going to be a very newsworthy show. And it's going to be a very interesting night. They will be up against AEW for 1 hour. And NXT might have booked themselves into a corner with what they did in the main event last night. I am recording this on Thursday. You will be seeing this on Friday. I'm sure you all know what happened in the main event. I'm not going to mention it. But I think they might have booked themselves into a corner. They might not pan well for people wanting to tune in for the show. So NXT needs to really put forth their best effort on Saturday if they want to get back on the good side of their fans. They really do. And as of right now, we do have 5 matches confirmed for NXT TakeOver 30. I do think that we are going to add a 6th match, and that 6th match is, in my opinion, is going to be Santos Escobar defending his Cruiserweight Championship against Isaiah Swerve Scott. If you did not know, Isaiah Swerve Scott actually had Santos Escobar beat in the match yesterday. However, the inadvertent tag kind of cost Swerve his pinning victory over Escobar. So we will be predicting that because I think that match will happen. I think that will be one of the matches that gets onto the card. So that's going to be included with our matches here on this review or preview of NXT TakeOver 30. Now, let's start it off with the pre-show. We got a triple threat tag team match to determine the #1 contender for the NXT Tag Team Championships held by Imperium. We have Breezango, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze versus Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Legado del Fantasma, Raul Mendoza, and Joaquin Wilde. It'll be a really, really interesting match here. It should be a good one. It was a match thrown together on NXT last night, just to see who's going to go up against Imperium. And really, there's really no build, or there's really nothing that really gives you one team an advantage over another. It's really just throwing something at the wall, knowing it's going to be good, just to see who's going to be the next in line for Imperium. Now, this match is going to be, I imagine it's going to be a good match, don't get me wrong, but I'm really hesitant to pick who I think should win this match, just because I don't see them beating Imperium, especially this soon with Imperium's tag team run. I think Imperium is not losing the tag team titles to whoever wins this match. And the team that I think deserves the win, the team that I think should win, is Legado del Fantasma, Mendoza, and Wilde. I think that is probably the way you want to go because of how good Del Fantasma, the team, has been looking. Santos Escobar, very good. Mendoza and Wilde and their roles are very good. I would like to see maybe a scenario down the line, not necessarily right away, where they kind of run the show like that Adam Cole did, where he has a main championship and then his boys have the tag team titles. I could see that scenario playing out here with Legado del Fantasma. But it might be a little bit too soon. I said it last night on the Big Fight Field channel. I think Santos Escobar, you give him a year, year and a half, we could be talking about the NXT champion Santos Escobar. So that might be why you would wait here with Legado del Fantasma to pull the trigger on them getting the tag team titles as well. You don't necessarily need them to be holding the tag team titles just yet. So I think that although I think they deserve the win, I think they've been doing great. I just don't see them winning here because I don't think that they're going to lose, or they would want them to lose, because I could see a scenario play out where Legado del Fantasma becomes the new and improved, well, I don't know if it's new and improved just because of how great Undisputed Era was, but they could be the new Undisputed Era for NXT. They could be the new focal points of the show, and I think it could be really solid. But with that being said, I'm going to have to go with, it's a tough one. I'm going to have to go with Breezango. It's the safest bet. You know exactly what you're going to get from Fandango and Tyler Breeze when you put them up against Imperium. They can afford a loss. Breezango is a team that you look at, you know that they kind of feel bigger than NXT just because they've been to the main roster. Breeze has had a successful NXT run the first time around. Fandango, a very over character, and both men together as Breezango, the Fashion Police, when they were together as the Fashion Police, were really over. Now that they've reinvented that, I think that you really can't hurt them that much as long as they're just not, as long as they're still relevant. I don't think you hurt Breezango. I think they could lose a championship match and be okay. So I'm going to take Breezango. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. It would be interesting to see, especially have like Marcel Bartel in there against Oni Lorcan. That'd be a very interesting showdown. But I think the safest bet is Breezango here. I just have a gut feeling that Breezango is going to end up facing Imperium. Now, I'm going to actually talk about the match that I already predicted was going to be on the show, the match that I think will be added. I am going to say that Santos Escobar and Isaiah Swerve Scott actually kicks off the show here on TakeOver. I think that probably is, if you want a high work rate match, you're either going to put Io and Dakota here, or you're going to put Escobar and Swerve if it's added. I don't see the NA title in the first match on the card. It's just, it's not a work rate match. It's one of those spectacle matches with the ladder match. Cole McAfee, doubt it starts the card, and I know that Keith Lee and Karrion Kross does not main event this show, somebody in NXT needs to be fired. You can't know. The match that needs to open this show, I believe, is the Cruiserweight title. I think that Escobar and Swerve is the right call. It's going to be a very good match. I already said it regarding Swerve on Twitter last night. Isaiah Swerve Scott kind of feels like he should be bigger than the Cruiserweight title right now. I think Isaiah Swerve Scott should be fighting in the North American Championship match this Saturday. I think you could put him in there for a certain individual, or maybe even Bronson Reed, but Bronson Reed's getting over, so I'm not going to sit there and tell you that Bronson Reed doesn't deserve to be in this North American Championship match on Saturday, but I feel like Swerve definitely should have been in this North American Championship match, but he's not. He's not, so how else are you going to get him onto the TakeOver card? You're going to give him his match. He already came close to beating Escobar. He should have beat Escobar on Wednesday, but he came up short because of an inadvertent tag. Let him go in there. Let Santos Escobar prove to you that he is as good as everybody thinks he is. Like I said, Andrade 2.0 with Santos Escobar. He's a guy that I feel like he really didn't have, until they put the Legado del Fantasma thing behind him, he didn't have much. back when he was El Hijo del Fantasma, I just didn't understand him. He felt like, I mean, he had a good match with Spud, who is Drake Maverick, but the problem is he just didn't feel like he was important. Now with Legado del Fantasma, he feels important. That's good. That's really good. And that was the same thing with Andrade. He really didn't feel like anything until Vega came in. Once Vega came in, he ended up becoming an NXT champion. Now, I did say that in about a year and a half, I could see Santos Escobar as an NXT champion. I stand by that. But for right now, on Saturday, he is still going to be your Cruiserweight champion. Whether they book the match with Swerve or not, he's still going to win. If the match with Swerve does happen, I think that's easily a match of the night contender. The work rate on both of those guys is absolutely insane. Escobar could put on a 5-star match, and so can Swerve. I've said it multiple times with Swerve. I think Swerve is a work rate guy. I think Swerve should be in the North American title picture. Swerve is that good. He can be the mid-card, and heck, you could even get him in the NXT Championship title picture, and I wouldn't even complain, because he's just that good in the ring. So I am going to take Santos Escobar if that match happens, which I believe it will happen. Now let's get into Io Shirai versus Dakota Kai. Io Shirai will be defending her NXT Women's Championship on Saturday. This match is going to be good. Dakota Kai and Io Shirai, very good in-ring performers. The way the show on Wednesday ended with Dakota Kai, where she had Raquel Gonzalez come out there and powerbomb Io Shirai. The only reason that Dakota Kai went out standing high against Io on Wednesday was because of Raquel Gonzalez. I'm nervous about this match because I think there is a scenario where Dakota Kai wins. And I love Dakota Kai, don't get me wrong. I've sung her praises multiple times. Dakota Kai, really good in the ring. But Io Shirai, she needs this match. She needs it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. She does not drop the title on Saturday. She has to win. Now, is there a scenario Dakota Kai wins? Yes, there is. Do I think that scenario is going to happen? No. But the real question is, what role is Raquel Gonzalez going to really play in this match? And I think that she might be able to help distract Io at one point and hopefully get ejected. I really don't want Raquel Gonzalez to really interfere because I think without that, Io and Dakota can put on a really good match, and I don't want the spotlight kind of stolen between those two women. Hopefully, that's not the case. Hopefully, they just let them go at it, and then they put on a great 4 or 5-star match. That's what I'm hoping for. Because I know how good Io is, and I know how good Dakota is. Let them go at it. Don't play the childish games of letting the distractions cost somebody or have Raquel Gonzalez play factor. I don't want to see Raquel Gonzalez play factor. I want to see Kai, I want to see Shirai, and I want to see them have a great match. With that being said, I'm going to take Io Shirai here. I feel like it's a little bit too soon for Io Shirai to drop the title. She has no business dropping the title. Dakota Kai, I love you. You're one of the best in-ring performers in terms of the women's division. The problem is, I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. And there is a scenario where it does happen. I just don't think that's gonna happen though. The scenario that's possible of happening with Dakota Kai, where she does win, just seems so far-fetched. I just don't see it happening. Next, let's just get it out of the way. Let's get out the elephant in the room. We have the North American Championship ladder match. We got Bronson Reed Damian Priest, Cameron Grimes, Johnny Gargano, and the man that will not be named. This match is going to be good, hopefully. This match is definitely going to be overshadowed by the elephant in the room. Not gonna mention the name, but I think you all know who he is and what is going against him at this time. But this match makes me really nervous. It does, because you have 5 men in this match. There's 4 ways in and 4 ways out. One man can't win. We all know who it is. That's why we need Finn to win on Wednesday. There's really only 4 legitimate people to win this match. If the other guy wins this match, NXT is going to have a major problem on their hands. He can't win. Bronson Reed, he's okay. Priest, okay. Grimes, okay. Gargano, okay. The other one, there's going to be outrage. There's going to be, rightfully, there's going to be backlash. You can't do it. You shouldn't even had him go over Finn. That was the mistake. You booked yourself in a corner, and that might even affect your ratings. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how great your show's going to do or not. People might not tune into NXT or Takeover because of what you did on Wednesday. Actions have consequences. Whether or not you want to think it like that, that's up to you. NXT, you deserve all the backlash for that. You should have had Finn go over. But this match will be good in terms of what happens in the North American Championship ladder match. The only problem I really have is, like I said, there's an elephant in the room. Is this match really going to feel all that great if you just, in the back of your head that certain things about this match shouldn't be there at the time? It's too soon. You need a lot of things that's not even involved in wrestling. You need to figure out a lot of things. As NXT, they need to figure it out. Certain individuals need to figure it out. Investigations need to be done. Proper investigations. Not just, we like this guy, so we're just going to sweep it up. It went mainstream. You can't avoid it. You can't avoid it. You got to prove it. You got to prove the innocence. And before you have somebody on a show like this, in a big match like this, you got to keep them away. You got to get it away. I feel like it's really going to damper the match. I don't want to say it is, because I think this could be a really big moment for some of these guys. But it's the elephant in the room. Who do I think is going to win, though? I actually don't know who I think is going to win. I could see Grimes winning. Grimes, I think, has done an excellent job in NXT. I really do like his character. He's one of those guys that's really only going to work in NXT, so I'd like to see them capitalize off him. He's a really good in-ring performer as well. Johnny Gargano. He's already been a champion for the North American Championship. He's already held that title. So maybe he's not in the conversation to win this match necessarily. Then you got Damian Priest. Damian Priest, I think we all know how good he's been since coming to NXT. I think he's one of those guys that could be on the next level. But I don't know if that's the case. And then Bronson Reed, the lovable babyface. I think we all want to see Bronson Reed win. That's why I'm just going to throw one at the wall. I'm just going to hope it sticks. I'm taking Bronson Reed. I'm taking the lovable babyface. I'm taking Mr. Bronson Reed. I would like to see it happen. That'd be really cool. Next, we got an interesting one. We got Mr. Adam Cole, baby, versus Pat McAfee. Now, I'm not going to sit here and judge the match just yet, but I will tell you that this match is less intriguing going in as the Rollins versus Dominic match. I told you I'd give Dominic a chance in the ring. I'm going to do the same thing with Pat McAfee. The only problem I have with Pat McAfee is he is a celebrity playing the role of wrestler. He is not a wrestler. He has not been training like Dominic has. He's barely had any in-ring training, to my knowledge. But I'll let him get in the ring. So I'll give McAfee a chance. But just know in terms of what happens in the Cole McAfee match, I'm very reluctant to say that I think it's going to be a good match. Definitely going to be it's going to be a big fight feel. They built a feud perfectly. That's not anything against them. Cole McAfee, you can tell that there's some legitimate fire, some legitimate passion in that feud. It'd really be interesting to see what Cole McAfee can do. Adam Cole, there's one way in and one way out for Adam Cole. He does not lose to Pat McAfee. He does not lose to a former NFL player. First match, he doesn't lose. You have one way in, one way out. And that way in and that way out involve Adam Cole walking in as your face of NXT and walking out still the face. You don't have Pat McAfee beat your top guy. I know he's not the champion, but he is the top guy in NXT. When you think of NXT, you think of Adam Cole. He does not lose to Pat McAfee. Next, we had Keith Lee versus Karrion Kross. This one's going to be good. I think this might be the most predictable match we've ever had for the NXT Championship. Keith Lee, I feel bad for him. They shouldn't have had him drop the North American Championship. You look at the main roster. You have Bayley, Sasha being double champions. You had Becky as a double champion. You have a lot of double champions on the main roster, but Keith Lee's not. It feels bad because Keith Lee just won this NXT Championship, and I wish he had the North American title because it'd give him something to do. But there's one way in and one way out here. That one way in and one way out is Karrion Kross. Not up for debate. Not up for what if Keith Lee wins. Keith Lee does not win on Saturday. That's the bottom line. Keith Lee is going to drop the title to Karrion Kross. And Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux will be your NXT champion. With Scarlett Bordeaux on the side of Karrion Kross. It's that simple. It is that simple. Match that I think everybody's looking forward to. It might be the most obvious. I think we all know Karrion Kross is going to win. But everybody's looking forward to it. Well, with that being said, I will see you guys later. You know this is coming out on Friday. Obviously, you're watching it now. But we will be also on Saturday. The SummerSlam preview and predictions will be going up. And then a takeover review. And then on Sunday, we will have AEW reviewed. Because I will be watching that also on Saturday. And then following AEW, we will be getting out the SummerSlam review once SummerSlam goes off the air. So, big weekend still ahead. We'll see what happens. Anyways, for right now, that's basically been your role model of the IWC. Make sure you go follow me on Twitter at GamersGoonYT and then on the Instagram at thegoongameryt. Obviously, more interactive on Twitter. So, if you want to see my reactions this weekend, go over to the Twitter. Make sure you like and subscribe over here, share, do whatever, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think about NXT Takeover 30. I'll see you guys in the next one.